I thought a key way to end this series on buddies trips before I head to Wisconsin would be to remind you of a few things that I think you should bring with you on every golf trip. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Knock Stiff Golf. I'm Kyle. I'm just a fellow golf addict that happens to live in Anchorage, Alaska. When I'm not out on the course playing golf, you'll find me right here talking about it. So as most of you know, I'm headed to Wisconsin to play Erin Hills, Lawsonia, and Sand Valley. It's a trip with 7 other guys that I've been looking forward to for months. So one of the things that comes up for golf trips is, what do you pack? There's always the clothes and the golf clubs that are the obvious, but what are some subtle things that tend to get overlooked on the trips? So right now, I'm 32 years old. Long gone are the days where I could drink all night and play 36 the next day, no problem, and wake up the next day and do it again. Now I'm plagued with hangovers, sore muscles, tight backs, all of the above that we face as we get older. So the first things I kind of want to cover are some things I bring with me on the golf trip to make sure that my body stays as loose as possible. So the first thing I'm going to go for is something that you can keep in your backpack whenever you're traveling. It's always great to kick off your shoes after a round and use one of these. So this is just simply a lacrosse ball that is a hard rubber ball. A lot of people use tennis balls, anything like that. Even a golf ball would work. And you can roll this under your feet. A lot of people that have plantar fasciitis use this to relieve the pain. And this really feels great after a long walking day to roll your feet out. You can use it on different muscles to roll out. And it's a very intense pain, but can help you loosen up before your next round. To go along with that is something that I picked up a while back. My buddy Josh that's going on the trip has really turned me on to this, being a chiropractor. I'm always bouncing ideas off of him, how to stay loose, how to get more flexible and better mobility. That is a foam roller. Now, this one is a cut down one that I can easily slide into my carry-on or my luggage and break that out before a round, loosen up the back, loosen up the hamstrings, the quads, use it on your lats. Anything you can really think of, there's some sort of exercise for that. And so it's a really good thing to do before and after a round to make sure that you're going to be in good shape for your next round. To continue on trying to stay loose and healthy during and after your rounds is something like BioFreeze. Use this on your muscles, roll it on, spray, roll on, whatever you want to get, and just really try to focus on keeping your muscles nice and loose and stretching and all those things so that when you're playing 36 a day, it doesn't become such a pain and you're able to still make the same swings you were day one. So another thing to add on to that is packing a Aleve or some ibuprofen, aspirin, whatever, to take for your aches and pains, maybe a mild hangover, whatever it may be. Also be careful. There are warnings on there about drinking and taking medicine, so maybe consult a physician before you do any of this, since I am not a doctor. Now let's get into some of the more, I don't know if I'd call it fun, but other stuff than taking care of your body per se. Well, let's add one more in. This is something that I've discovered playing in any warmer climates. Wisconsin's not going to be that difficult, but it's always nice for some Gold Bond, and the spray is something else. You probably already know what this is because it's already made its round in the golfing world for years. A little spray of this on different parts of your body before a round will keep you cool and from chafing, all those sorts of things. So if you're part of the Gold Bond squad, let me know. Another thing I picked up to put in my bag is something that's obviously been popular as well, odor eaters. This is great for not only spraying on your feet, for battling athlete's foot and all that stuff, but you can use it to spray on your club face as you're warming up, checking ball contact on the face, all those sorts of things to make sure you're ready for your round. So this is something that's made its way into my bag lately, and I think it's a great little tool to have. So now we're going to get into a couple things that I tend to pack on golf trips where there's not going to be a lot of sleep. And that's these. I've packed these. These are just the Kirkland energy shots. You can get them at Costco. You get like 48 pack for, I don't know, $30 or whatever it is. So I like to have a couple of those in my bag just to give to people or myself if I'm feeling a little sluggish during the round and I need to pick me up. You can't always bring coffee on the course while you're walking, and it's kind of a hassle to carry around a cup of coffee sometimes. So that makes it easy to get your caffeine and everything like that in one little shot. Speaking of shots, I think this is something that is a great little tradition in golf, and I've talked about this before in what's in my bag, but I like to carry a flask around, and we call it the birdie flask, and obviously it's filled with whiskey most of the time. And when somebody makes a birdie, you know, it's a communal thing to take a sip from it, and it's kind of a cheers for doing good on a hole, and obviously it's two sips when you get an eagle or something of the sort. It's one of those things where it's just kind of a group effort where somebody gets a birdie, you don't get mad, you get to have some whiskey because of it, and it just kind of helps that extra incentive to scoring well. And sometimes when everybody's playing bad, it's always nice to take a pre-birdie sip to encourage the golf gods to bless you with some birdies as well. So guys, that was just a few things that I think are necessary for bringing on a trip. Some of them you may disagree with, and that's completely fine. We all do trips our own way, but these are things that will be going in my bag for Wisconsin. I think they are all going to get used a fair amount. I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you guys for tuning in for another episode. Like, comment, subscribe down below if you would. So guys, I appreciate you tuning in once again, and as always, I'll see you next time.